Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakarishu Sarvada Om Ganganapate Namaha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Sarva Mangala Mangalle Shive Sarvartha Sadike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute Om Namo Narayanaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya Om Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Shri Hanumate Namaha. Welcome to Nitya Satsang. Today is the 11th of May 2025. I want to offer my prostrations and Anantagodi Namaskara, Pranam, Dandavat Pranam to all the great sages, past, present, future, and to the one supreme, undivided Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan, residing in the heart of all beings and in all places at all times. We are continuing to examine verses number 62 and 63 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, in connection with Vivek Chudamani, verse 77, with regards to the realization of the Atma. Atma is the actual essence of who we are. What is our actual essence? What is our Swarupa? That is Brahman, that is Atma, that is Sat Chit Ananda. Satchidananda. When you combine the three words together, it becomes Satchidananda. So these two verses in the Bhagavad Gita, the verse 62 and 63, are extraordinarily powerful in showing the bondage factor of Maya. How Maya binds the Jivatma within her realm again and again, and how to come out of that, because Maya is the power of Paramatma. Right? So just to be clear on this point, before we go into this verse further, just be very clear about several points. That Maya, when we use the word Maya, it can be considered as binding power. Power is Shakti. Shakti is raw. Shakti can go in any direction. Shakti is just raw energy. But when we are bound in a certain way in that energy through the mind-body complex, then we can say Maya ka bandhan. The Jivatma, or what is called Jiv. Jiv means the Atma plus the bondage of the three bodies equals Jiv. If you make an equation, Atma plus Sthul Sukshma Karan equals Jiv. That's the equation. Right? So when we go outside the bondages of the physical, subtle and causal bodies, we are in the state of what is called Atmasatta, completely liberated from those influences. Right? So body is there. Body is composed at many different levels. There's the chemical level, cellular level, tissue level, organ level, and system level. If you open up any physiology book, this is probably the first thing you will see in there, that these levels of organization are there. It's highly organized. It's been constructed by Ishvara for the Jivatma. The human body has been constructed by Parameshwara, by Ishvara, for the Jivatma, and for each Jivatma has a body, so that the Jivatma can experience the entanglement in Mahamaya. See, I hope this makes sense. But in that experience of the entanglement, there is also the possibility of liberating from that entanglement. Right? So why does God not simply remove the Mahamaya? People ask this question. Why, when Bhagavan Krishna says, Devi Esha Gunamayi, Mama Maya Duratya, Mam Evaye Prapadante, Maya Metam Tarantite. Why doesn't he just remove it? If you say that God is real, Bhagavan is everything, God can do everything, if we assume that that's so, then why is it and how is it that we are stuck inside the realm of duality? Why is that so? Well, actually Bhagavan can remove the Maya at any time. It is called Anyatha Kartum Shakti. Let's be clear about this point. So in Vachanamrut, Bhagavan Swaminarayan has explained this point very carefully and clearly. There's Kartum, Akartum, Anyatha Kartum. And these three words you'll find in various scriptures and stotras and other places. So Anyatha Kartum Shakti, he can, that one Supreme Paramatma can absorb all of the Jivatma and make them liberated outside of Maya. Yes, you can do it. Definitely. This question is asked in Vachanamrut, Garada Madhya 64. Purushottam Bhattna Prashna in the Gujarati language. This same question is asked. And this question is asked in Vivek Chudamani also. So, why doesn't that happen? Well, think of it this way. If we consider Paramatma as an independent entity, as a being, that one tattva that is beyond all, and the Jivatma are inside Maya, and the Paramatma can remove the Maya, that would be by force. It would be is forcing the Jivatma to come out of Maya. The Jivatma only knows Maya. It doesn't know anything else. Because of the Sangha. This is what the Bhagavad Gita is saying. Sangas teshu upajayate. In the chapter 2, verse 62, remember that the verse is Dhyayato Vishayan Punsaha Sangasteshu Pajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kamaha Kamat Krodho Bijayate. Right? So in this verse, this notion of Sangha is certainly there, but there is also this attachment that is born. Teshu Upajayate. The attachment inside that is born, that is the expression of the original beginningless engulfment in Mahamaya of the Jivatma. So that is its very interesting tattvic connection. The Jivatma, let's assume for a moment, as per Vishishtadvaita, let's assume for a moment that there are infinite number of Jivatma. Now this concept is a bit different from the Advait Vedanta. Advait Vedanta doesn't say infinite Jivatma, as we mentioned this before. But assume for a moment from where we are, from our level, it seems like that, right? Like a frog has Jivatma, a snake has Jivatma, a human being has Jivatma, you have 8.4 billion people. Isn't it so? It seems that every single person has their own Atma. This is the concept we have generally. So let's stay with that. There's nothing wrong with that concept. That's perfectly all right. Let's stay with that. And it's a good one. And it's a little bit easier than the Advaitic vision. So each Jivatma is connected to Paramatma as a dependent soul. This is based on all of the Acharyas that came after Shankaracharya ji. Even Shankaracharya ji has mentioned these things in the more dualistic sense. Yes, the Mahamaya is Anadi. We have to be so clear on this point. Otherwise, these verses of the Gita and the ideas, it will not sit properly. Let's be very clear. Mahamaya is Anadi. Anadi means beginningless. The Jivatma is Anadi. The Ishwaras are Anadi. And Akshara Brahma is Anadi, Parabrahma is Anadi. This is based on Vachanamrut. Vachanamrut mein Panch Bhed ki baat likhi hai. Anadi means they're beginningless. Just existing. If somebody says, why does Atma exist? Where did it come from? It didn't come from anything. It just exists. It's like saying, where did God come from? Bhagwan, we say Bhagwan, right? Paramatma. Where did that come from? It didn't come from anything else. It just exists. So existence is called Astitva. It just exists. So similarly, the Atma Tattva just exists. It's not created by anybody. You see, or by anything. And that is why it is called Anadi. Brahman is also not created by anybody or anything. It just exists. And Parabrahman is also that Tattva that exists. So the substance of Parabrahma, Akshara Brahma, and the Atma that is inside the Ishvara Koti, and the each Jivatma that is underneath the Ishvara Koti, the substance of each, the Atma Tattva that is, for in the what we call Jeev, then the Ishvaras have an Atma also, and Akshara Brahma, Brahmadham jisko kehte hain, or in Parabrahma. The substance is the same, but it's not a physical substance. It is it is the Tattva. It is like the difference between a drop of water, a glass of water, a river, and the ocean. The substance is only water. So, Advaitic viewpoint is that the substance is only one. That is Brahman. That is what Shankaracharya ji is showing us. Shankaracharya ji kehte hai that there ekam sat vipra, that's Upanishad. Shankaracharya ji says, Brahma satyam jagat mithya jiva brahma na paraha. Right, so the Jeev and the Brahman are one. The Jeev has to transition into Shiv. How does it transition into Shiv? That's what the Gita is about. Gita is saying, Bhagwan Krishna is saying, you are in the Jiva state. It is called the Jiva hood. If you look at the translations, they write this. It's more like a more philosophical way of putting it. Jiva hood, H-O-O-D. That's not, it's just a expression written by some of the saints. That is the state of the Jiva. The Atma Tattva is in the state of the Jiva. The Jiva is experiencing the Janam Maran ka chakkar. Actually, Atma is not born or dying. Remember that. Atma is experiencing life and death. It's like sitting in a movie theater. One movie comes, and another movie comes, and another movie comes. The person watching the movie is the same person. But different movies come. Sometimes a PG-rated movie comes, an R-rated movie comes, a romance movie comes, a horror movie comes, a religious movie comes. Different movies come and go, come and go, come and go. Similarly, the Atma Tattva is experiencing lifetime after lifetime of the worldly experience, and that is called in Vachanamrut Garada Pratham 7, Jeevnu Anvay Swarup. So 2 words that are Anvay Vyatirek. These are Vedantic words actually, which Shriji Maharaj used to expound upon Ramanuja's Vedanta. I know it's a little complicated, but we have to go a little bit slowly. That the Jivatma is going through the experience, or the Atma Tattva as the Jivatma is going through the Anubhav of the Janam Maran, different bodies, different situations. Why? Why is that? It is based on what the Gita is teaching us. Sangasteshu pajayate. This is why. Sangha means that clinging and entanglement and binding, that binding force of desire, bonding with desire. That binding is so intense that causes another birth, another birth, another birth. So we have an option. We have, in the human frame, Shankaracharya ji is showing us, we have an opportunity in the human body. We can either stay in this life and death cycle, or we can use every day, every moment in the right way to connect with Parabrahma, to connect with Brahma Parabrahma, Bhagwan or Bhagwan ke Bhakta, unke sath connection karna. And when we connect with that Tattva beyond Maya, by Krupa, we go beyond Maya. How do we go beyond Maya? That's another question, right? How is it that the Jivatma actually goes outside of Maya? So from the more Bhakti Sampradayas, Bhagwan ki Krupa hoti hai. Bhagwan dekhte hai. It's like this. God is seeing. You really want me? How much you want me? You really 100% want me? Okay, you can come to me. But if you want something other than me, you will stay inside Maya. Now see the interesting point here. Bhagwan kisko milte hai jisko Bhagwan hi chahiye. Only Kevalam. But if Sachin wants something other than Paramatma, why God should say you come to me, you go over there. It's very simple, right? It's a very simple equation. If I want in my desires, why God should interfere with my desires? He's not going to interfere. You are a Jivatma. You are on your own journey. Yes, He's the Supreme Paramatma has given everything to you. You decide what you want. Through the buddhi, through the mind, particularly through the human body. The human body is rare to begin with. Then the mumukshutvam is rare. Durlabham trayameveta devanugraha hetukam. Manushyatvam, mumukshutvam, mahapurusha samshrayah. We talked about this many, many times. But again, it has to be really inserted, pratishthit inside the mind and the heart. That yes, human body is there. What am I doing with this human body? Am I wasting it in kam, krodh, lobh, this shadripu, irsha, ahankar, rag, dvesh, all this mess? Am I destroying my buddhi, man, pran? And see, this is what Bhagavad Gita is saying in verse 63. Verse 63 says what? What is verse 63? Bhagavan Krishna says beautifully, krodhat bhavati sammohat smriti vibhramaha. Smriti bhranchad buddhinashat pranashyati. This whole sequence, from this clinging and attachment, then anger comes, frustration comes, wars come, hatred comes. Smriti bhranchad, jo smriti honi chahiye, vivek, avivek. Vivek chudamani means, vivek means to split apart that which is unreal from that which is real, that which is temporary from that which is eternal, that which is true from that which is untrue, that which is ethical from that which is non-ethical. That is this cut. It is a clean cut. Clean cut. That is vivek. And when the mumukshutvam is at the highest level, mumukshutvam means desire for liberation. By grace, by Guru Krupa, Bhagwan ki Krupa, there is a clean cut. Where is that clean cut? In the mind. That is where the Agnya Chakra opens. It's a clean cut. And in that clean cut, the buddhi, intelligence, everything is functioning at the highest level. इसको सत्पुरुष कहते हैं, इसको ही संत कहते हैं. Saintly qualities come. And saintly qualities are the most difficult. People do a lot of sadhana also. But संत के गुण नहीं आते. And if संत के गुण नहीं आएंगे, भगवान मिलेगा, भगवान कभी भी नहीं मिलेंगे. Doesn't matter. You can gain siddhis. People have yogic siddhis and all those kinds of things also. भगवान नहीं मिलते इसमें से. संत के गुण बिना भगवान मिलते ही नहीं. किसी को मिले नहीं, किसी को मिलेगे भी नहीं. Never. It's never going to happen because that is ahankar. There is ahankar in everything. And that is that even in bhakti there is ahankar. मैं भक्त हूँ, बस finish. I am something. कितनी भक्ति मैं कर रहा हूँ. If that thought even comes, it wipes out the spiritual sadhana. For example, if big sadhana is done for 9 days, 15 days, and even if one time the sadhak feels, I am doing something, the whole thing becomes zero. Yes, भगवान इसका फल देते हैं, भगवान नहीं मिलते इसमें से. अहंकार छोड़ो. There's an incident from Srimad Bhagavatam, I've mentioned it before. Gopikas touched the feet of Sri Krishna one time, and the whole realization happened right there. Because they touched his feet without any ahankar. We might be doing endless number of pradikshana, danvats and pranam and malas and all that. Do it. Karna to hai hi. But with what bhav? With what intention? What is the inner world? And that's what Sri Krishna is focusing on. That focus on the internal activity and get out of this buddhinashat pranashyati. Don't go into that. Stop that. Because buddhi ka nash jab hota hai, sarvanash. Then the trouble is immense. Look at the problems in the world today. What do we see? From top to bottom. Buddhi nash. Buddhi ka hi nash hai. Total nash. And because of that, wars, weapons, hatred, violence, fanaticism. In the families also. Kitne kautumbik prashna hai. Legal problems, property problems. It just goes on. Husband-wife problems upon problems. So many. It's like top to bottom. But what is the solution? The solution is love. The solution is forgiveness. The solution is wanting to come together. But there always some portion of humanity is born back, into the sansar. And so this sansar is going to remain as it is. We talked about that. But we can evolve out of it. So Bhagwan Krishna is teaching us, Shankaracharya ji is teaching us, Vachanamrut teaches us. What does it teach us? The time we have, use it for the highest realization. Vyarthaha kalena netavyo bhaktim bhagavato vina. शिक्षा पत्री में स्वामीनारायण भगवान आज्ञा करते हैं. For a whole humanity, this आज्ञा is there. महाराज, श्रीजी महाराज, वो क्या कहते हैं क्या? Can we do this? Don't waste time. भक्ति करना कितनी बड़ी बात है ये. It's not easy, even to attend one satsang program. Is that all of you people who are attending every day? ये बहुत बड़ी बात है. Not because of Sachin. Sachin is nothing. Forget about Sachin. This is a great thing that you are doing. That you can do this even. That every single day, 5 people to 7 people, whatever number of people, number is not important, but that you're coming every day. ये भगवान की दया है. भगवान की कृपा है. मेरे पर तो बहुत कृपा है that you are all, I have such an opportunity to do this. It doesn't happen. One time even Ram person cannot take that name. इसके इतने पाप किए हैं, राम का नाम ही नहीं ले सकते. एक बार भी नहीं ले सकते. It's not easy. If the punyam is not there, you cannot take the name of Ram even one time. Because there's so much agitation and negative sanskar, that person will not be able to speak that name. The body will not be able to speak. The brain will not be able to speak the name of Ram or Krishna or Devi or Shivji. हो ही नहीं, होगा भी नहीं. दारू पिएंगे, जुगार रमेंगे, other things like that. बुद्धि नाश हो गई है. Do everything except take the name of God. And then what is the result? Millions of lifetimes. Insect world, frog world, animal world, trees, bugs. This is the result. Because Bhagwan कहते, you want to degrade yourself that way, you will get a body that is equivalent so you can experience that. The degradation. पशु पक्षी ना देह in Gujarati. भाई वेदरस में स्वामीनारायण भगवान कहते, सब आचार्य लिखा है. See this is not a joke. This is extraordinarily important. That's why गुणातीतानंद स्वामी, उन्होंने क्या लिखा है कि हमने तो एक जन्म मरण रोग टालता आवड़े छे. I know how to do only one thing. गुणातीतानंद स्वामी जी कहते हैं, वो क्या कहते हैं? I know how to cure the disease of birth and death. Just think about that. Think about the degradation. For example, all of this pornography and all hypersexuality and all that. People who are into that so much, you want to expose yourself? Bhagwan कहते, I'll give you the body of 100-year-old tree. You become a tree that will grow for 100 years. You want to really expose yourself? You go ahead and expose yourself. Do it in the nature. हमारी जैसी वृत्ति है ऐसा ही शरीर मिलता है. Think about this point. कैसी वृत्ति है? अंते यामति सागति. गरुड़ प्रथम 14. वचनामृत. We have to decide right now, every single moment, after this body goes, where we will go, what we want to see, experience. भगवान के पास जाना है, स्वर्ग में जाना है, पृथ्वी लोक में आना है, पशु पक्षी का देह में जाना है, झाड़ बनना है, क्या बनना है? ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः संगस्तेषु उपजायते संगात् संजायते कामः कामात् क्रोधो विजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति. This sequence is, as I mentioned in Garuda Pratham 1 Vachanamrut, भगवान स्वामीनारायण कहते हैं परम सिद्धांत. श्री कृष्ण भगवान के शब्द कितने अमेजिंग बात है. परम सिद्धांत. It is the only solution to human problems, to stop the damage to the intelligence. And until and unless that happens, humanity will continue to cause suffering for itself, for others, for the world, and for everybody. And on the other side, when the buddhi is awakened, there is tremendous benefit all the way around. There's tremendous benefit for everybody. You'll be surprised how much intense positive energy comes. This is why Sachin has always recommended Namah Shivaya mantra karo. Navaran mantra karo. Om Aim Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Everybody do this mantra. You can find it online. It's fine. You can do it. Have a small diya, do 108 times. If you're going to do extensive Devi Upasana, you need Guru for that, because one has to be a little bit careful. But you can still do it. Make Bhagwan Shankar your Guru. Do more Namah Shivaya mantra. Little bit of the Navaran mantra is okay. That will fix the intelligence. These two mantras are a medicine for the whole of humanity. That will fix the damage inside the chakra system. It is a medicine. Ek dawa hai ye. And it is a very powerful medicine. It is where we are finally then able to keep our vritti in the direction towards mukti. Vritti goes in a direction towards mukti by tuning the physiology of the body and the mind and the brain. The brain, body, mind, the physiology is tuned in such a way so that the vritti gets connected into mukti through bhakti. So vritti transmutes into bhakti. That bhakti, by krupa of Paramatma, transmutes into a mukta state where one is liberated. It is our choice. It is our choice. Ya nisha sarvabhutanam tasyam jagrati sanyami. Bhagwan Krishna Swayam kehte. You have two paths are there. Upanishad says two paths are there. Shreyas, Preyas. We have a choice. Every single day we wake up in this world, we have a choice. Are we going towards Paramatma or are we going towards reincarnation? इतनी सीधी बात है. इतना पूरा सारांश अध्यात्म का इतना ही है. Are we going towards the abode of God, Bhagwan ke dham? Are we going in that mukta direction, or are we going back into the sansar chakra? Jaisi hamari ichha. Why God should interfere? Okay, so lot of fun stuff. Let's stop here for now. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakarishu Sarvada. Om Divalingaya Nama Urdhvalingaya Nama Anandalingaya Nama Dwadash Jyotirlingaya Namo Namah. Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarkamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshya Mamritat. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Mahakali Rupena Samstita. Namastasya 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 Namo Namah. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Mahasaraswati Rupena Samstita. Namastasya 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 Namo Namah. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Mahalakshmi Rupena Samstita. Namastasya 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 Namo Namah. Om Aim Rim Klim Chamundaye Viche. Om Glom Hum Klim Jum Saha Jwalaye Jwalaye Jwala Jwala Prajwala Prajwala Aim Rim Klim Chamundaye Viche Jwala Ham Sam Lam Ksham Phat Swaha. Om Durge Durge Rakshini Tha Tha Swaha. Om Shri Durgar Panamastu. Om Shri Radha Krishnar Panamastu. Rim Swaha. Om Rim Swaha.